Here's an AMI This Week shortcut with Beth Deer.
I'm fluent in English and French, true, and mentor university students in essay writing and creative projects, untrue.
Bibi Bilodeau, also known as Aspergirl, is a 33-year-old comedian living in the far north of Iqaluit, Nunavut, and she wants to bring awareness to people living with autism through her love of comedy.
In comedy, everybody's weird, everybody's wacky and out there, so I love being around comedians and other artists and producers because I don't feel abnormal. I actually feel like I found my people.
I am energetic, efficient, and intelligent young women.
Bibi, can you tell us about your journey with autism?
Well, like many young women, I was not diagnosed until quite late in my life, and it came as a huge shock. It was not on my radar at all, and it was through a study of borderline personality disorder, which I was diagnosed with at the age of 19. While I do have a professional assessment, I don't actually have a formal diagnosis of autism because it's very hard to get that and very expensive.
Did any of this factor into your decision to move from Toronto to Iqaluit?
Yeah, I went through pretty much like the last 30 years of my life feeling very lost and different, like I didn't belong or that I just didn't fit in with the world. And I decided I could not live in the big city, and my friend was moving up to Iqaluit, so I bought a one-way flight and I haven't left.
And I take everything really literally, so when I started dating, people told me to play hard to get, so I moved to Nunavut.
Living in Iqaluit has been a huge lifesaver in that it's very small, like 7,000 people, lots of time in nature. We have no highway access. We're a fly-in only community, so if you want to get out of town, you have to take a boat or a skidoo. And it's also a very hilarious culture. People are very funny. Humor is a huge part.
And it was this newfound humorous culture that helped Bibi find her voice.
When I moved to Iqaluit, there was a small comedy scene. So I did one show and I loved it. And I love the fact that I can just say whatever I want and I can, talk about my truth in a funny way. And when you're on stage, people want to listen.
I type about 80 words per minute, which apparently is very bad.
Where did Aspergirl come from?
It kind of just started as a joke where I was like, you know what, if I'm going to have social media and have to post stuff regularly to prove that I'm interesting, I'm going to post what I want to post. So I just made Aspergirl as a joke. And then now a year later, it has almost 20,000 followers. And I've learned that my story is really not as unique as I thought it was. So many people that have come to me to be like, I've been diagnosed with borderline, but after reading your stories now, I think that I'm autistic.
Really? So is that one of the reasons why you decided to add your real life into your comedy?
Yeah, so I kind of try and blend comedy with my real life because I feel like comedy is an easier pill to swallow sometimes, and it's the most truthful way to say something that people will actually listen to. And I've only ever found people that are just so willing to help me and see me for who I am. So I'm really grateful to have found comedy.
I have references available. Cheers.